What's up, future millionaires? Mike the Investor, and just because the market isn't at all-time highs doesn't mean we are not future millionaires. In fact, when we become a millionaire, that will happen at different times in our investing journeys. But today, I want to talk about the results after the Voyager BTT token swap. I want to try to make sense of the price as well as the profit and loss for the community. But before we actually dive into that, I want to take a brief second to talk to you about Crypto.com, the third largest exchange and also one of the fastest growing exchanges as well. Now with Crypto.com, we can buy and sell over 250 plus cryptocurrencies. We can also earn passive income on our cryptos as well as stable coins, which is also a plus. We can also use the pay feature if you're using the crypto metal Visa debit card, which I'm briefly going to touch on, and then as well, you can just use it to track over 250 cryptocurrencies as well for different price alerts. Now, when it comes to their metal Visa debit cards, which is one of the dopest features that they offer, they have different tiers and you can earn anywhere from 1% up to 8% back on your purchases in Crow rewards. And these are some of the other benefits that you can get besides the rewards. You got Spotify, Netflix, Prime, Xfinity, Airbnb, and other things as well. So if you would like to check out Crypto.com as well as their metal Visa debit cards, you can gain $25 free when using the link down below. The promo code is Mike and you'll earn $25 when signing up for the red ruby metal card or higher. Now keep in mind, only do this if you find the value in the actual debit card. So now that we have the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the meat and potatoes of the results regarding the BTT token swap on Voyager right after this. Welcome back to the channel, crypto investors. Now, Voyager recently made their announcement on Twitter. Here's the Twitter post. They said BTT token migration is complete. Trading is back online. If you are a BTT holder, we automatically swapped your tokens at the ratio of 1 to 1,000. Thanks for your patience. January 26th is when this came out. Now, if you are a BTT holder like myself and you use Voyager, you probably have an average cost that looks similar to this. Now, that is 0.00000275. And let's kind of make sense of this because a lot of people are kind of like, what's going on with the profit and loss? And I have to tell you, I had some mixed feelings about this until I fully wrapped my head around what was going on. And I'm going to kind of do my best to hopefully explain to you guys in this video. So let's briefly look at the price chart of the new BTT token. So we can see here's the current price. There's 50000002, and we can see the current rank is number 53 out of the top 100. Now, if we look at the all-time chart here, this is what I'm currently on. I'm gonna click it one more time just to refresh it. It only allows me to go back to January 11th of this year. Now, I want to show you something else. As I go over to the BitTorrent post, December 12th is when the main net of BitTorrent chain actually went live, all right? And you can see here's the date right here, December 12th, BitTorrent chain BTTC mainnet official launch and the redenomination plan started to go into effect. And this is when the price really started to do its thing, when it started to solidify on the markets. Now, even though CoinMarketCap doesn't allow us to go back that far, one thing I kind of want to make sense on, because for me, I purchased extremely low when it came to BTT. I was actually up on my position over a 2x before the actual migration went into effect. So for those of you that are up and that's now down, trust me, I am in the same position. So there's no biasness here. However, one thing I do want to mention, so if you think about where you actually purchased, where I purchased the old BTT token was at a 1/10 of a penny, 0.001. Now, with that being said, because of the new token price and the price is going to be lower because there's new supply added, there is no way to compensate for that actual profit because that new token has never got down to a low enough price to say, as holders, you are up this amount. So hopefully that makes sense as I'm trying to help you wrap your mind around this as well. So if we briefly just go back to the price chart here, this is the current price. So we are down, and we also seen a huge market crash recently as well, even though we're starting to see a little pump because the rates are remaining unchanged for the current time. However, one thing I do want to mention is, as you can see, the price is lower. I want to show you the timeline of when Voyager did the swap. We can see this is the token migration from Voyager, and they started the swap January 16th, and it resumed on January 26th. So about 10 days it took for this to go through. All right, and so January 16th, that means we couldn't buy, we couldn't sell any Voyager, before or during that time. Now, if we go back over to BitTorrent for the price chart, and we go over to look at the 16th here for the price, let's go. Here is kind of where Voyager actually stopped, and it was around 9 p.m. Eastern time, wherever that was, but it was around this portion here is when Voyager did it, is when they said, all right, this is when we're actually going to swap all of the tokens. And so with that being said, because of the price that I showed you, I'm going to show you again, it's around 0.0000275. Because that's the new average cost, the BTT token has dropped lower than that since the token swap has went into effect, and this is why we are actually lower. And one thing I do want to mention, I actually took multiple pictures of my profit and loss and of my value amount before the token swap went through, just in case anything happened. I have clarification to make things right, because remember, I was up over a 2x before the swap happened. Now I still have that value amount, but I'm actually down on some of that as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And so because of the token swap happened at this time, this, I believe, is the new average cost. And because the average cost is higher than the current price, that means as holders, we're going to be down on our position. Now, one thing I want to tell you, just being transparent, when I first purchased BitTorrent, I was never down on the position until now, because I purchased extremely early. I built out my position, and I was just holding long term, which brings me to the other reason why I have mixed feelings about this. I am glad that this is a long term for me, because for those people that could have sold out a lot earlier, you definitely had a position too. And this is not to pour salt in the wound. This is just to say, hey, I'm in that same boat with you, because if I would have known this would have happened, I could have actually took advantage as well at that 1000% that we saw, and then could have just bought back in at lower prices. And so for those of you that are kind of in that boat I'm in the same boat with you. However, this is still a long-term hold for me. I'm not selling my BTT. I'm still holding it. I'm hoping Voyager allows us to transfer it at some time, so that way I will be able to stake it. So now let's do a quick recap on the price and the profit and loss, because there is a lot of moving pieces. So one, the price is a new price because of the new supply. So if you purchase at an extremely lower price on the old BTT token, yes, it is going to result in a loss currently because of the new average cost that the tokens were swapped at. The price is actually lower than that, and so you should still have your same value amount invested. However, there is value that we still lost overall on BitTorrent because of the market has dropped, which now takes us to the profit and loss aspect. Now, because I was up on my investment, I didn't lose any of that. However, I am actually down on some of that because of the new token price, and the new token price that we have is lower than what the new average cost was that the tokens were swapped at. So there isn't any, funny business going on. However, when you see something like this, as humans, we quickly want to be like, wait a second, what's going on with my asset, right? And so hopefully this made sense for the BTT community. However, like I said, I do have mixed feelings about this, because now I am down on this position, which I never was until the actual token swap. So trust me, I'm not 100% happy about that. However, this is a long-term hold for me. Now, if you enjoyed this video and gained some value, most importantly, do me a favor and smash the like button, and also please share this video out with the BTT community as well, so that way they can get their questions answered regarding the price and the profit and loss. But that is all I got for you. Remember to stay inspired, stay motivated, always invest in yourself, and I'm out.